If your goal for 2026 is to get really good at shuffle dance, if you want to feel confident as a shuffler, if you want to feel like when you watch other people's videos that you're actually keeping up, that you're seeing real progress, this is my biggest tip for you right now. You need to start focusing on quality over quantity, okay? This is so freaking important. This happens all the time. You're scrolling through Instagram and you see a dancer that you're really inspired by. And immediately you're like, oh, I feel so behind. They know so much more than me. They have such a large knowledge base that I don't have. And immediately, what dancers do is they start to add more things to their saved tutorials list that they never go back to. They try to consume more and more and more online Instagram and TikTok and YouTube content, trying to learn more moves, right? The issue here is that you are seeing the dancer's confidence, but you're mistaking it for the amount of things that they know. You think that their confidence is coming from the fact that they have a lot of moves in their library, when in reality, they've probably just spent years learning those moves and honing in on them. But you're really craving the confidence that they have. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you, you will not feel more confident when you learn more moves unless you learn all of the clean and proper technique behind those moves so that they feel confident, so that they feel locked into place, so that you feel like you can perform them with your eyes closed. You don't feel behind because you don't know enough moves. You probably already know enough moves. Truly, you probably have learned enough combos and tutorials and whatever. You probably actually know enough, but you might not feel confident in every single one of those, because confidence comes from repetition. It comes from sticking with something and undoubtedly knowing that every single time you get into your practice, you're going to work on this because it's a skill that you want to improve. But you're probably spending more time jumping around trying to find the next shiny coin rather than focusing on what matters. And I say this with so much love because I used to be this way. I have students that come to me and they are this way, and we're working on rewiring that so they can see real progress. This is the kicker right here. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power. We can know anything. We live in the information age. You can sit here and watch 5 million YouTube videos, listen to 300 podcasts. Knowledge is not power. Embodied knowledge is power, okay? Embodied knowledge is like the difference between, I understand how to ride a bike, right? You sit down, you put your hands on the handlebars, and you just pedal, versus actually doing it for the first time and learning to master the skill of riding a bike. Shuffling, dancing in general, is exactly the same, okay? So all in all, you are not envious of their movements when you see your inspirations. You're envious of their confidence. And that confidence comes from experience, repetition, and becoming so comfortable in shuffling that you can do it with your eyes closed. But you lose sight of that confidence when you're trying to learn too many things at once or too soon, right? Or thinking you need to always be working on something else to improve. If you improve your technique, everything else will improve. If you improve your transitions, everything else will improve. If you improve your knowledge of the foundations, y'all, I don't want to harp on foundations anymore, but I have to because it's so important, and this message needs to get out there because it literally is going to change everything for you. When you're always trying to chase a shiny coin, that's actually where comparison happens to other dancers, right? It feels like they have everything that you don't. And you stress that you're not as good as others, but you actually also haven't spent the time and the dedication to get to that point. You want to feel yourself progressing in the things that you're working on. You want to feel like I am working on something over and over and over, and boom, there it is. It showed up in my muscle memory. Boom, it actually feels cleaner than it did last time. But you're not giving yourself enough of a chance because you keep bouncing around and trying to add more to your plate, okay? You're working on a bunch of different things without mastering any of them. And that's when you actually start to feel behind compared to other dancers, because you don't reach that point of feeling confident. You just feel kind of like mediocre in many different ways and many different areas. Personally, I am the type of dancer at this stage of my journey where I would rather learn a few things really well instead of learn a lot of things mediocrely. I don't want to be mediocre. I want to feel good shuffling. I want to watch my videos back and be proud. And if that means I'm doing mostly running man T-step, spins, kicks, whatever, like let's say I pick my 5 Melbourne fundamentals and I stick with that, I am more than happy to master those 5 things if it means I'm going to get into flow state, if it means I'm going to feel confident that I'm actually enjoying what I am seeing in my videos and as a dancer. To me, that is more important. That's how you actually get better. So ultimately, doing less is actually the way to get more out of your shuffle journey. I'm going to give you one more analogy because we know I love analogies. Imagine you're at like a huge buffet, all right? Maybe you put a piece of pizza, sushi, tacos, cake, everything is all on one plate. Everything's just like disastrously put together, and you nibble a little bit here and a little bit there, but you're not actually making a dent in the plate, or maybe you get a stomach ache after, like you feel like crap ultimately. But then you look over at the person, at the other table, and they have this beautifully presented plate where there's only a few things on there. Maybe there's, a vegetable, a potato, and a piece of meat. And you are looking at their plate and they're enjoying every flavor and they're finishing it and they're satisfied and they're happy. This is what is happening with your shuffle journey. This is the parallel. If you're jumping from TikTok tutorial to YouTube tutorial to a random Instagram reel, like your plate is a mess of random things that don't actually fit together. You might know 50 moves, but you're not feeling confident in them because you're spreading your energy thin, trying to learn anything and everything. Then you keep peeking over at other people's videos. They've spent the time to actually work on those things little by little by little to have a beautiful put together plate or a beautiful put together masterpiece as a dancer. So using just a few things, not needing more and more and more options, that's how you're going to get better quality in your meal and also in your shuffle dance, okay? Tying a bow on that analogy. So it is really important for 2026 that you start romanticizing mastering a few things. Mastering a few things. Pick something and run with it. If you decide you want to work on your running man, because right now it feels clunky, it feels slow, it feels difficult, like I'm just giving an example here, go all in with the running man. Learn variations of the running man. Learn how to modify your running man. Learn how to make it smaller. Learn how to make it bigger. There's so much you can do with one single thing, right? I'm not saying you have to choose that, but that's just an example of everyone's too caught up in thinking that things are boring and they just want that shiny coin. But there is so much knowledge packed in to one single foundational movement, but you're not giving yourself the chance to open those doors and see what's actually behind there. All right. If more is sloppy, it's not better. If more overwhelms you, it's not better. We need to stop feeling like having 100 million moves and variations and combos under our belt is what makes an advanced dancer, because that's not what makes an advanced dancer. Making an advanced dancer is being advanced with your foundations. And that's the bottom line. And that's in any dance style, not just shuffling. And to me, freestyling with a few moves and like knowing them inside and out, feeling so comfortable with them in my body, learning to add variations and learning to connect my upper body, like that's when flow state happens. This is so important, especially if you're in the first year or so of your shuffle journey. Like that's a really crucial time where people are so jumpy. They just want to jump around and learn new things. And I totally get the excitement, but ultimately getting into flow state, feeling really connected, feeling really confident in yourself as a shuffle dancer comes from your muscle memory and your mind working together so smoothly that your body just moves on autopilot. And that's the type of success you see when you focus on your foundations, because I can almost guarantee you probably skipped over your foundations if you're anything like me or any other shuffler on earth, right? But if you have to stop and think like, oh, where should my foot go? Or what do I do next? Or this doesn't feel right. You probably haven't worked enough on your foundations, okay? You need to drill them until they are automatic. Going back to what I said about being an advanced dancer, knowing 50 moves, 60 moves, 100 moves, that does not make you an advanced dancer. Being really good at your fundamentals makes you an advanced dancer. Doesn't matter how classes are labeled. You can go to an advanced class and dance to a fast song and learn 14 different variations of a move. But if you are not doing it with complete and utter understanding of that foundational movement to the point where you feel so comfortable, it's not advanced, right? So if you want to get to being an advanced dancer, like I'd rather see you do 3 moves beautifully than do 20 moves sloppily. Okay, that's my goal for you for 2026. You can tell I'm passionate about this. My students hear this all the time. My students don't even need to hear me rant about this because they just know. But once you start mastering the basics, once you like really fall in love with mastering the basics, you start adding flavor, you work at different tempos, upper body, pauses, you can incorporate other movements that aren't shuffling in there if you want to create some extra spice in your flow. But like you can't be creative if you're just struggling to think about the next thing and struggling with your technique, okay? 2026, you need to stop chasing the next move, the next cool combo, the next this, the next that, and start perfecting the things you already have, all right? If you're tired of feeling like you're at a buffet and nothing makes sense and your plate is disastrous and you're gonna go home and feel sick in your shuffling, then you need a clear plan. You need a plate that is going to significantly help you break down everything and really, really understand shuffling as a whole. Okay, leaving that analogy over there. And my footwork blueprint is curated for exactly that. It is the foundation that's going to help you stop guessing. There's a lot more in the footwork blueprint than just 5 to 8 moves. Like there is so much in there. So I'm not saying that I don't give a lot, but it's really important that you stick with the things that are at the beginning of that program and that you continue refining them no matter how advanced you are as a dancer, no matter how many years you've been shuffling. It is so important. It's the perfect course that's curated for beginners. So if you are a complete beginner, you've never shuffled before, and you're like, 2026 is the year, then it's for you. If you just started your shuffle journey and you're feeling a little bit confused, you're not sure if you're doing things right, it is for you. If you're a rising novice shuffler and you're feeling like you're hitting a plateau, or maybe you are doing the moves, but they feel sloppy, right? Like things aren't actually clicking, this is for you. And if you are an advanced or an experienced dancer and you're hitting a plateau and you don't know what to work on next to improve your shuffling, this is for you. I cannot stress this enough. All right. This course is going to give you the exact mechanics to master the core moves of shuffle dance and cutting shapes so you can get them out of your head into your body and stop saving all of these tutorials and all of these things, trying to get more. Dial in, focus on quality over quantity, and watch how things change. I'll put more information in the show notes in the caption about the Footwork Blueprint program. Hope you have a great start of 2026, and I'll see you in the next video.